Good morning, everybody. I wanted to go over how Unit 2 is set up. Today's the 9th, and as you can see, your reflection for Unit 1 is due today. So hopefully you've started to look at the social determinants of health and access to quality care unit, but if not, I just want to go over it with you. You can see we're in this unit for about 10 days from the 9th through the 18th. So let's look at what's inside this unit. This unit focuses on two social determinants of health: social context and access to healthcare services. So there are two lessons on social context and two lessons on access to healthcare. In the first lesson, we have a slide presentation without audio and with audio, and then there are a series of articles to read that cover different aspects of social context. These are all very general, and you should review as many of them as possible. But when we look at lesson 2 of social context, this lesson at the very top says there's a lot of material. You can read as much as you want, but initially focus your time and energy on your topic for women's health. So what I've done, and I think I've covered everybody's topic in here, is I have reading material and some web links for you to use for your information. So these are just social context and women in general. And then they are listed alphabetically. As you can see, abortion, Alzheimer's, anxiety and depression, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and it continues all the way through. Each one of these sections has articles and sometimes videos on your topic and how it relates to social context. I've done this to help you with your final project. It's not everything you need, but it's a good start on the kind of information you could use in your project. So that's the second lesson in this unit. The third lesson in the unit is access to healthcare, and it's set up similar as to the first lesson. We have the slides without and with audio, and then there's reading materials on the types of things that relate to access and why women have less access oftentimes than others. So when you see this topic, for example, cultural competence, and there's 4 items, don't feel like you have to read all 4. Read 1 or 2. Insurance, read a couple of these. Telenet, here's a couple different things to look at. So these are just examples of access to healthcare in general that would help you understand some of the issues related to why women do not always have access to healthcare. And then the fourth lesson is set up like the second lesson. So for example, there are fewer sections though. I've had them by alphabetical order, but they're grouped. So there's A and B together, C and D, I through L, M through P, R through S. And so there's divided that section. I've gone through and checked most of the links. All of the links should work in this unit. However, if you find something that does not work, please let me know so that we can get the link either fixed or I can find something similar to that material that could help you. So again, to review, this lesson has a general lesson on social context, and then a specific lesson where you can focus on just your women's health issue for your final project. A general lesson on access to healthcare, and then a more specific lesson where you can focus on just your topic. Feel free to read and watch as much as you want, but spend most of your time on your women's health topic. Then we have online assignments. You have your online social context, your online healthcare. You have discussion board posts that are due. And then you have an online 5 checkpoint 2, which I want to just look at with you quickly. This should look very similar to the online checkpoint 1. Use APA format. Here, if you're not using APA format, tell me what you're using so I can look at your citations that way. And it's the same chart. You could use the same chart you used last time and just add to it, which would be helpful for you in the long run, or you can create a new chart. In this case, I would expect you to have more than 2 lines full. I would think you'd have at least half of these rows full at this point in time. Again, you're going to list a comment and a citation. You have to tell me what the content is and the citation, so that I can go back and look at the top here for your citations and references and read the one that you're referring to. Again, try to get at least half of these filled this time. And then note, are you having any difficulty finding any information in the above sections? The whole purpose of me asking you that is so that if you are having problems, I can actually try to help you find sources that will help you with the final project. Go back to the main page. So just to review, today the 9th, you'll be doing your reflection. Then you should begin reading and watching material in the Social Context and Access Unit, which is Unit 2. These are the items that are collected. You have an online item for social context, one for healthcare access, discussion post 1 and 2, just like last unit, a checkpoint, just like last unit, except I'd like to see half of it filled out. And then your second reflection is due by the 18th. Unit 1, the material that I'm reading from you is very good. I encourage you to keep up the good work. This class moves very quickly, but it appears that most of you are keeping up and you are submitting quality work, which is really nice in the summer session. Have a great time in Unit 2 and make sure you ask questions if you have any.